Hey guys and girls, Birchy here from the B.Invested headquarters, and today doing some whiteboard sessions. You know it's going to be fun when I get the whiteboard out. So today I'm going to be talking about different ages and different stages in the portfolio. So what do I mean by this, right? Like people quite often asking like, you know, is it too young to get into a property portfolio? Is it too old to get into a property portfolio? Let's draw some numbers here, right? So I'm going to do a podcast with this kid, right? He's 18 years old. I've got lots of 18-year-olds that have bought their first property. This guy started with like 50 grand. He's on 50 grand a year. I just got him 3 properties in a month, right? And then over here, I've got people that are like 60 to 65 on the other end of the spectrum. And then, you know, lots of people in the 20s, the 30s, 40s, 50s, right? If you think about it, each age of your life, I'm heading towards this age here, right, in my life. So I've got the knowledge of what I've been through on these stages of my journey so far. If you're starting out at 18, you may not realize the journey that you're on yet, or the hurdles or the potentials or the risks or the things. When you're at this end, it's like, shit, I wish I could go back, right? And as I'm heading at this point in my life, I'm thinking, shit, what's more valuable than all the assets that I've got, and what's more valuable than all the money in the world? It's having the lifestyle and the youth and the good things like of your health. Health is good, very, very good, touch wood, right? But life can be short. So it's like, at different stages, you're a different person. You're showing up different. So someone that's, 40, 30, 50, 60, 20 is different as they grow. So, if you're 18, the good thing that you've got going to your side, you've got, 40 years of working. The bank loves you. But the negatives is that you have no cash because you haven't saved up all the capital to start off with. I'm just going to delete this little squiggle that occurred here. So you may not have the capital. Your servicing might be a bit low because you might be starting out in a career. As you're heading up to 20 to 30, you don't have any kids. Right? You might live at home. Expenses are low. You're saving a deposit. Your income's increasing. So there's benefits there. As you're heading up this stage, you're at your peak point, right? But you might have one income, right? Which is bad. One income, that's meant to say. You might have kids. You might have a mortgage to pay. But within that mortgage, you might have equity. You're 50. You've got heaps of equity. You're earning heaps of cash. You're like, shit, I don't want to have to work another 10 years. I've done this too long. How do I get there quicker? All right. So you might be sitting here and going, well, I've got heaps of equity. I've got no more time to work. I want to have, cash flow coming in. I've got no mortgage. Whatever the case may be. So the 18-year-old has something that the 65-year-old doesn't have, and the 65-year-old has something the 18-year-old doesn't have, right? So it's at that point to look at, well, is it too young, right? I bought my first property when I was 18. I've got 13-year-olds, I've got 12-year-olds. I was in Melbourne the other day. Someone said, hey, here's my 12-year-old, wants to get it started. In Sydney, I did the event in Vineyard recently where one of my investors put their 13-year-old, and he's like, I'm saving to get my property. I'm like, listen to your parents. He's wanting to emulate his parents' success. It's not too young to get started, right? If you've got a self-limiting belief that it's too young, you've got wrong inputs going into your mind, right? You've got the wrong people around you giving that advice, right? I'm not saying your parents are wrong or anything like that. My mum used to say, she was excited when I bought my first house. The second house, she was really excited for the third one. She's like, hey, you're going to get yourself into trouble. And after that, It was like I was losing the plot and I needed some mental help to, not go off the rails. She thought I was going off the rails because I wanted to buy 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 properties, but my mum only cared for me, but she couldn't make the connection like, hey, he's got a plan, he's got a strategy. So, if you think it's too young, it's not too young. If you think it's too old, you're not too old, right? If you're 70, maybe, right? Like, you've probably got different priorities in life at that point. But, at each level along your life, there's things that you can be doing to improve your position, to refine your position. And you might be sitting here at 50 going, oh, I've got 6 properties and the cash flow's $2,000 a year, right? And I want to get 100 grand a year to replace my income. My $2,000 won't get me there, right? But then it might be sitting here going, well, those properties have gone fantastic. It might be that we have to sack 2 of them and replace it with another 4 over here of something different. And that's what's going to take you to get to there. You might be selling off 2 properties to buy 2 blocks of units. Who knows, right? I don't know your position. Until we talk, I can't give you any guidance or advice on that front. But, everybody should have something they can be improving on in their life. If you're not growing, you're going backwards. You don't want to be going backwards. Sometimes it's inevitable to have to take a step back to go too forward. But, at each step of your life, you should be refining, revisiting, sort of reconnecting with, okay, what's this next version of me going to look like? What do I need to be doing today to get to the next step comfortably, carefully, and all that sort of stuff? So if you need help, reach out to us. You know where to find us, 1300 367 925, admin at B.Invested.com.au. And yeah, with it, doesn't matter if you're not too young, you're not too old, anywhere in between, you should be doing something. What are we doing today? I'll leave it with you guys. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.